Hello, welcome to episode 15, Getting Out of a Slump. So Sam Pinkovich, relative newer leader, been with us for around 4 months in our Minneapolis office, and we hear great things about Sam, great EQ, very much in touch with how other people feel and how he makes other people feel. And great social intelligence, just a real people person. Everybody loves Sam. So we've got high expectations of you, Sam. We're expecting big things from you. I know you're looking to help Whitney open up her first office and be her first promotion. So, keep up the great work. I can tell based on your question, you're a high achiever. You do expect a lot from yourself. The question Sam asks is, how do you get back on track when you get into a significant rut/slump and feel like you're failing your team and yourself? I mean, only somebody that's got super high standards would be asking a question like that. So here we go, Sam. So first thing I want to say is, number one, just know you're in good company. Okay? I don't know anybody that I study. I'm a student of success. I mean, whether it's sports or business, anybody who's successful, I just want to know, what are they doing? What have they gone through? And everybody's gone through crazy slumps. I think of the year 2010, Kobe Bryant in Game 7, Boston Celtics versus Los Angeles Lakers, right? And so the previous year, 2009, Lakers lost in a completely humiliating way. I believe it was Game 6 where they lost by almost 40 for the Celtics to go on to win the championship. So here we are now in 2010. It's a redo. Those two teams show up again, and now we've pushed to Game 7. So everybody's nervous. And I remember just, Kobe Bryant in Game 7, nothing was going in. He was just stone cold. It was clear he had the jitters. I mean, here's a guy that seemed like he was Superman, that all of a sudden now he's vulnerable. He's got the jitters. Nothing's going in. And I remember post-game interview, Kobe's like, listen, they just weren't going down, so I focused on the other things that I could control, the rebounding, the assists, the steals. And then finally Kobe got out of that slump come fourth quarter, and he scores 10 of his 23 points in the fourth quarter. So the slump did come to an end, but just know that, you're in great company with the greats, like the Kobe Bryants, the MJs, any successful business person, Elon Musk, the list goes on. So again, just know you're in good company. You're not alone in this. Because a lot of times when you're in a slump, it certainly does feel like you're running solo. But you're in good company. So that's the first thing I want to say. The next thing I want to say, what do you do? Okay, so what do you do when you're in a slump? And my go-to, number one, is go to the lab. Get in the laboratory. In other words, it's time to reflect. I got to know the source of this slump. What is the root cause of this slump? Just think of this. Think of Albert Einstein's definition of insanity. He says, insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So if you're not reflecting, if you don't go to the lab, chances are you're just going to keep at it because persistence. I'm going to win this fight with persistence. But if you're doing the same behaviors over and over again, you're just going to keep getting the same result. So only with reflective thinking are you going to get to the root cause and say, okay, so what is going on? Why am I in this slump? Now, you can journal. I'm a big fan of journaling. I've got plenty of journals that start off something like this. I was thinking of bringing this in, but I didn't want to go too far with this. But, this sucks. That's how some journal entries have started in my world. This sucks. And just vomiting what's wrong. And it's funny, through that process, anybody that journals, you know this to be true. As you're writing, you start getting a little clarity. Oh, it's coming out. Thank goodness it's coming out. What is wrong with me here? So that's one thing to do. Another thing you can do when you're getting back in the lab is, hey, listen, ask for some help. I remember this was my last retrain. The last time I've, quote unquote, officially been retrained in the field. In a slump, nothing's going down, just like Kobe. Good friend of mine in the office, Darren. I say, hey, Darren, will you work with me? Will you tell me what's wrong with me? Like, I'm tired of these results. Hey, Jamie, no problem. So he goes in the field with me, and he's watching me. I don't know how many doors I went to, but he's watching me for a short period of time, and he says, Jamie, he says, I think I found your problem. I'm like, oh, perfect. Lay it on me. And I'm expecting to hear, yeah, there's something in your clothes. There's change a couple words here. Like, we'll get to the core of this thing. Something in the clothes is what I was thinking. He says, well, your problem is you're not having fun. And I'm like, what? He says, you're just not having fun. You don't look like the happy guy that I know you to be in the field. So just work on having fun and you'll get out of the slump. And I'm like, Darren, that's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Of course I'm having fun. With this look, that's not a guy having fun. So Darren goes his way. I'm on my own. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm just going to prove Darren wrong. Like, you know what? I'll do what he said. I'll prove to him that's not what it was. There's something else that I need to work on in the field. Like, please, can you help me tomorrow? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in the field. I'm going to have fun, just like he said, because he said, you're doing everything else right. You're just not, something up with the attitude, something wrong with your just ability to have fun with customers. So I focus on that, and you probably know where that story's going. I got the results. Things went well. And I'm like, I guess that's what I needed to hear. But again, getting back in the lab is like, don't be shy to ask people around you, hey, what do you think? Like, you see me. Sometimes it's hard to look in a mirror, so have other people hold that mirror up for you and like, what do you see? Is there something I'm missing? Whether it's, top leaders in the office, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, anybody that knows you, ask for help. So again, get back in the lab, figure out what's going on. Second thing I have is it's important to protect your confidence. Now, if you've reflected and in your reflection, you realize that the results are poor because of a lack of effort. Okay? Been there, done that a few times. Just listen, I'm getting poor results because I'm not trying very hard. So that's why the effort, that's why the results are poor. Now, one thing I've noticed in life, if you ever feel guilty, right? Like, I've had plenty of nights where I'm tossing and turning, my head's on the pillow and I'm feeling guilty. The reason you feel guilty is because you're guilty. You're guilty. I was guilty of not giving it I didn't have to think too hard on what I got to do. So again, if you've reflected and you come down to like, listen, it's an effort thing, then that's where discipline's got to kick in. I heard this a long time ago. If motivation is fleeting, discipline must take charge. So again, you're a human, so motivation will kind of come and go, but just get that discipline there. Again, if it's an effort thing. If it's not an effort thing, if you're like, listen, I'm giving it my best, I'm trying hard. I'm the first one out there, I'm the last to leave. I'm clocking in the time, I'm talking to lots of people. Well, again, back to my point on protect your confidence. Easier said than done, but it's important for you to just know. Again, confidence, knowing this slump is going to come to an end. You can't work this hard and not get the result. It's just not coming now, but it's coming. So I've got to protect my confidence when that slump is there. If I know that the effort is strong, I know the effort's there, things will turn around. I've got confidence in the law of averages. I've got confidence in myself and my work ethic. That's something, again, back to Kobe. I mean, let's dedicate this to Kobe. He always had confidence in how much time he put into his preparation and his craft, so he never stopped shooting. And eventually, again, fourth quarter, the LOAs started working in his favor. So again, just protect your confidence. Again, if you know you're putting in the effort and that's not what the issue is, you're still reflecting, you're back in the lab, but again, it's not effort, feel good about yourself. Again, the result will shift. You can't work that hard and it not go in your favor. You got to believe that. And then the last thing I have for you is look for the little wins. And you don't need a monster win. I coached Little League Baseball. I remember distinctly a game where down 5 runs and the kids are kind of feeling the blues. And I'm like, okay, listen, guys, let's get a hit. Okay, just get up to, I mean, that's all you can do. You're a batter. All you can just get a hit, get on base, get a walk, get a hit. Oh, we got a runner on first. There's no outs. Okay, listen, just get a hit. Next guy up to bat. Okay, so now we got runners on first and second. Interesting. Oh, just get a hit, little wins. Well, next thing you know, that 5-run deficit turns into a tie ball game, and we've got momentum on our side now. Now as batters are getting up, they're like, yeah, we got these guys. The confidence is there, but it starts with like the littlest of wins. So again, you could be in this slump and you might think that things are just not going well for you, and the results are proving that to be true. Just it's not going well. Okay, today I'm getting a win. And define what that win is. Like, what is a win for you? There were times where I have to take away the final result. Like, you know what, a win for me today, forget about the numbers and the final sales results. A win is, you know what, I'm going to make 40 people either smile or laugh today. I'm going to keep track. Little tracker. How many people can I make smile and or laugh? That's my goal. It was always a good way to make sure I was having fun in the field, that I could see the reaction of my audience. And if I make 40 people smile or laugh today, you know what? Today was a victory. I got a win. Let me go for that little dub. And the little dub turns into another little dub, turns into another little dub. And now you got the law of the big mo on your side. You got to love momentum. But again, starts with little W's. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Sam. Those are the tips on how to get back on track, how to get out of that slump. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.